What's going on, Dodger Nation? Today we have a pretty special guest for you guys, especially for you prospect lovers out there, because we're being joined by one of the top pitching prospects in the organization right now. He's a former third-round pick of the Dodgers back in 2019, if you can remember way back to 2019. He's flown through the minor league system, a guy that a lot of people around Los Angeles very, very excited about. He's Mr. Ryan Pepiot. Ryan, what's going on, man? How are you?
Button for that.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, man. This is fun. I know you've done some things. You've met some of our guys before. Probably like Tim Rogers will ring a bell for you. But now you've really made it to the big leagues with this shit show. just messing around, man. But let's dive right into it, man. Obviously, you're a name that has been on a lot of Dodger fans' minds, particularly, I would say, since especially JoJo Gray got traded away. It's like, hey, who's the next guy in line? Let's get real excited about this guy. But people around the system, around the organization, they've been talking about you for a lot longer. You made it up to AAA last year. You showed some good stuff. You had some opportunities on the big stage in a way during spring training. People can see you on the SNLA, broadcast and all that. What was fun for you about 2021? Learning lessons, all that kind of stuff. What were your takeaways?
Definitely a lot of learning lessons. I mean, Tulsa, I had a great time in AA. Great group of guys that kind of went through the minor leagues with, and then the alternate site crew basically was like our whole team. Had a ton of fun there. Great atmosphere, great stadium, great fans, great coaches. So that was just an all-around great experience. AAA had a great experience as well. Definitely a lot of learning lessons. Went through a lot of mechanical issues, mental issues, everything kind of just thrown at me. And also being like the youngest guy in the clubhouse almost by like 10 years from some of the guys was that was definitely interesting. When I walked in, they're like, how old are you? And I was like 23. And they're like, oh my gosh, like I've been in AAA for 10 years or something like that. And they're like, you're already here. And they're like, when were you drafted? And I was like, 2019. They're like, Jesus, like fast track, are you kidding me? And I was like, guys, like I'm just here to do my thing, get the ball every 5-6 days and go about it. Don't need any special treatment or anything. But I definitely got a little razz about being the young buck on the team, but it was a lot of fun. It was a great clubhouse, obviously great coaches, just a bunch of great players. And, they made it fun to come to the ballpark every single day, even when stuff wasn't going well on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about all the time, people making that transition from like college ball to actual professional baseball and what that looks like. But you also did it at a time where, hopefully we'll never have to do anything like that ever again. But, you talk about the 2020 season and what that meant for so many people. But just kind of going through that process of like that jump from college to professional baseball, is there anything about that shocked you, something that you didn't expect? Or, what was that difficulty like?
I think the biggest difference is in college, I was used to throwing every 7 days, like once a week. And then once I got into pro ball, I knew it was every 5 days. So like working out that routine and getting it down from 7 days, maybe throwing 2 bullpens in college sometimes in between starts. And now it's just like, there's your routine. Every 5th day you grab the ball. It's 2 days after you're grabbing the ball again on the bullpen. So I think it was just a little bit of getting used to the schedule and the routine of it. The Dodgers did a great job with me that year because I'd already thrown a bunch of innings in college. So they kind of just wanted me to get used to the routine, but not have to go 5-6 innings every single time and just kind of get burnt out through the end of the summer. So I was on like 30 pitch count. So sometimes 1 inning, sometimes 3, you never know. Maybe get a couple ground ball outs, quick ones, or, a guy battles a 15 pitch at bat. And the next thing you know, after 1 inning, coach shakes your hand. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. And then you got to wait 5 more days to throw again. So that was the only thing that stunk about it. But it was nice to just get kind of like brought up and just get used to the routine. And then obviously 2020 happens after that, and then everything gets shut down. Like you said, hopefully this never happens again. But I think for anyone that was in the 2018 to 2019, 2020 draft classes, that has been one of the most interesting roundabout experiences you could possibly have playing minor league professional baseball, because it's been anything shy of normal.
There's no book on how to treat that situation. There's no precursor. There's nobody who's been through it. You're talking about coming up to AAA and meeting all these veterans. They've never been through it either. So it's definitely, props to you for how far you've made it at this point. Stepping back a little bit, you talk about the organization, the way they take care of you. It's no secret the Dodgers are phenomenal at taking care of young pitching, at producing you guys at a record rate. A lot of doctors or be mad at this team for this one trick. But I know you're working out at Camelback Ranch this offseason. I'm sure that's been another opportunity to open some eyes for not only you, but for the organization, just working day to day. I'm assuming there's some lockout parts of it you can't really talk about and everything, just because it is a little odd. But how has the time at Camelback with some of the coaching staff benefited you, in your opinion, this offseason?
It's been really good. I think it's definitely kind of helped me because I have been able to be there and be with the coaching staff where like 40-man guys are not allowed to be there. The past 2 off seasons, I've either gone to LA for some of the off season or come out to Arizona for early. But my wife and I, we moved out here last spring training, and then she stayed here during the season. And so I had the whole off season here, which has just been amazing. Just being able to go into the pristine facility that we have over there with coaching staff every single day, the same people that you work with through spring training and through the season. So it's just familiar faces, familiar ideas, and, you just get to start a little bit earlier.
It's a good way to do it. I mean, it's definitely a weird time in baseball right now. So you take what you can get when you can get it, I guess. But I mean, over the last year plus or whatever it's been, Dodger fans, we hear about you and we hear about Bobby Miller. Like those are the 2 names that come up constantly all the time. I'm not sure how much you've actually gotten the time to see him or see him throw or anything like that, but I'm wondering, do you have your own amateur scouting report on Bobby that you can kind of give to all the fans that are excited at the opportunity of having you, Bobby Miller, and Walker Buehler in the same pitching rotation one day?
Bobby is a stud. I mean, there's not a whole lot you can add to it than just a stud. I mean, the guy he just gets the ball and just goes after. He doesn't care who you are, if you're 10-year veteran in the big leagues or the number 9 hole in the low A team. I mean, he's coming at you with the best stuff. I mean, electric fastball, great breaking balls, highly improved changeup too. So, I mean, he was with me at the alternate site, so I got to see him every 5 days whenever it was his turn. So, I mean, we spent plenty of time in the hotel together because we weren't allowed to go anywhere else.
Right.
And then plenty of time at the field because those were the only 2 places that we were allowed to go. And then spring training last year, get to throw with him, see him do his thing. And I mean, the guy's just professional.
Hey, high marks from a guy with the changeup of the ilk of yours. If you're saying he's improved that much, that's another reason to be excited about you guys coming up, hopefully real soon. We know you've done these type of things, these sit downs with different podcast, blogs, or whatever. So we got the boring stuff out of the way. Now we want to do the stupid, weird things with you that, I mean, not like, it's not bad, but just different things. We want to know, how about something simple, which is probably one that's been asked, but favorite player growing up? What got you into baseball, and probably pitching?
Well, I didn't really have a favorite pitcher growing up. My favorite player was Ken Griffey Jr. My dad is from Ohio, so grew up as a Reds fan. So I lived 2 hours from Great American Ballpark, so we'd always just drive down there. I mean, most of my friends were Cubs fans, so I didn't have a whole lot to cheer for during that most of my childhood, but that's okay. At least it was a little closer, but I would go down there. And then Brandon Phillips, I liked Brandon Phillips when I got a little older. And then obviously Joey Votto. Those were probably my 3 people that I watched growing up. Because I mean, selfishly, I wanted to be a hitter, but I wasn't good enough to do that. But and I always liked Bronson Arroyo too because of his high leg kick.
Yep.
And when you play wiffle ball in the backyard and you try to imitate people, I always would try to do that, but then you get about 2 of those in and it's all right, the hamstring's about to tear. So
yeah, you got to stretch a little bit longer for that one for sure. Surprised to hear you, man. You're a young buck and going with the kid. Respect, man. Junior was man, I mean, still is, but Junior's great pick. It's a great pull.
Good pick. I like that one a lot. He's one of those guys where I wasn't even left-handed, but it was wiffle ball in the backyard, KGJ all day. Get the stance going, get the wiggle. We're really big around here, not necessarily on nicknames. We don't have nicknames for each other. We don't like each other that much, but we're big on t-shirt ideas. And because of that, we need to know a nickname for you. Do you have a nickname that you had growing up? Do you have one around the dugout or clubhouse or whatever it might be? Because when that happens and you get the call to the show, there's gonna be a lot of t-shirts around there.
Everybody just calls me Pep.
Pep.
So, yeah, I mean, most people botch my name a billion times. I've heard everything possible, so everybody's called me Pep.
Oh God, what's the worst iterations of it?
I I heard Pepiot. So, I mean, that's probably, I mean, a couple other good ones. Like somebody like realized they thought they were being like cute and smart about it because they thought they're like, oh, this got to be a French name. So they're like Pepois. And I was like, what the heck is that?
At least there was an attempt. That's the meme right there. There was an
effort was there. A for effort. Execution was.
Yeah. They're like, I've been to France. Pepois. Yeah.
All right, we're on here with Ryan Pepiot. What?
I've heard that one too.
What are the superstitions, man? What gets you through a ball game?
Same routine. I'm not like a huge superstition guy. I like to just have like my same routine from when I get to the ballpark. I get there probably way too early for a starter. Most guys will show up like 2 hours before the game, but then I get super antsy sitting around at home. And I was like, well, I might as well just sit in the clubhouse. And so I'll go out there and watch some BP, watch TV in the clubhouse till about an hour and a half starts, and then get my same pregame routine of stretching, rolling out, stretching the training room, then go out and play catch and ready to go.
Yeah, I can't wait to ask him that one in 10 years. It's like, oh yeah, I haven't washed my jock in 3 seasons or something stupid, you know?
Up, yeah. It was like the Joe Burrow thing where he's talking about like one sock inside out, one not inside out. It's like, that's an interesting one. I've never heard that one before.
I need to like maybe branch out a little bit and get something more interesting.
Yeah. You need to have that thing just so people, you know,
can talk about
then they'll know, you know, like how to actually pronounce the name, and everybody will be locked in. Because you're going to definitely hear some weird shit in the first couple of seasons for sure. I'm guessing no other like weird ticks on the mound. There's nothing. You're pretty straight laced. Get the ball to the plate. No,
I'm just more of a grab the ball and go. But I did.
I can check it.
Year, I did. I mean, I like wear my pants up high, so I wore stirrups all year.
Yeah.
So then I did that, and then whenever we have like alternate uniforms or whatever. Night it was for that night, if it was like Star Wars theme or whatever, like I'd look in advance and be like, all right, am I throwing or not? And if I was, Amazon, grab me some new stirrups to match the uniform so I didn't look like an idiot out there.
There you go. Amazon proud sponsor of minor league players somehow.
Yeah, Bezos doesn't pay his employees, but you know, boom.
Straight, got that straight to minor leaguers getting their stirrups in when they need them. Yeah, I mean, you can't beat the prime, man. You can't.
Hell no.
I mean, we've kind of we have some good we're gonna call them heckles, I guess, in our comment section, you know, on our iTunes reviews or whatever it might be, and we like to read them a lot and go over them. Kind of makes us laugh a lot. But I mean, do you have like a highlighted heckle in your life, you know, between college years and kind of coming up? Is there something that you can remember where you're like, that was pretty wild?
Best heckle ever.
Best heckle ever probably would be maybe spring training last year when I accidentally hit Jose Abreu in the elbow, and the White Sox fans at Camelback Ranch were telling me to go back to Little League. And there was some other stuff that they said that I was like, wow, you're really telling me, like, you think I was trying to hit him? Like, I don't want to kill the guy. I don't want to hurt the guy. Like, don't tell me to go hurt myself. Like, there's some crazy people out there when you accidentally hit the reigning MVP.
Yeah, that's not a good one. You don't want to go for that one, especially in spring training when the stats don't matter, nothing matters, but it's an important opportunity for you. And people are weird. But yeah, you're at that, you know, you're making your way up AAA. There's going to be more fans in there. I'm surprised, you know, single A hanging out at Rancho, you didn't hear any of the, because I've been there and I've been loud. I've been real loud and unfair, but fairly unfair to some of the opposing third base prospects from certain Padres organizations. So, and it's funny, man, you're in there, you know, you could hear everything, but I guess it's different on a mound. You really have to have that tunnel vision bulldog mentality. So
yeah. And on the mound, I don't hear too much. Dugout, you definitely hear some stuff. I didn't go to Rancho though. So like I didn't get that experience.
Oh, that's right. I guess you would have skipped that from, the summer camp era and what do they call that? The alternate site. So
whatever they're called. It's probably a good thing you did, because you can really hear everything in that park. It
funnels right into the park.
I don't know if it's the big wall that's out there or what, but everything just comes right back in. Yeah, you can hear that for sure.
All right, here's our borderline rapid fire stuff before we let you go and go have some more fun with your evening. These are the hardest hitting questions you're going to get in your life, or not. I don't really know. But toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
Okay.
See,
Well, yeah, over. Yeah, 100% over.
I just like to point out, I asked Jock Peterson that 2 years ago, and it just about broke his damn mind. He had no idea what was happening. He's like, "Huh?" I was like, "Oh, over or under?" And he's
It was
like,
a
"I don't
glorious
understand
moment.
the question." And I was like, "Okay, all right, moving on."
It's one of the reasons we still do this, because we just
just in
want that
case.
moment again from somebody. What's the best cereal in the world?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Damn, that's
the right
a good answer.
That's
Just
the
had
right
that for
answer.
dinner last night because I'm an adult.
You're doing real good in life. What about the worst cereal in the world? How about that?
Raisin Bran.
That's clutch.
I actually like Raisin Bran, but like that's because
Yeah, but people
I'm an old man in a young
Yeah, but
man's
people don't
body.
like you.
Yeah,
so.
that's a good point. That's a really good point. This is important for me because I have very strong opinions about this. But as a pitcher, I can only imagine that you have equally or maybe no opinion about it at all. Where do you stand on the wave?
I like the wave. I'm like a fan. Like I'm a big fan of the wave. I don't think it really bothers me on a mound, but it's always kind of nice to see when you're out in the dugout and see, all right, who's trying to start it, who's getting people going,
Right.
and then does it make it all the way around? And then if it doesn't, do they go again? Or you always just get that one random fan who's just kind of like over extra wild that's really
Right.
trying to get everybody into it, and nobody wants
No one wants to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I'm going to ask you again a couple of years from now, hopefully not many years from now, hopefully a couple months from now, when you're pitching in front of 55,000 people at Dodger Stadium and that wave just won't stop. Just keeps going. It just won't
it can get
stop.
wild.
55,000 might be a little different than like 7,000,
Yeah,
8,000.
yeah. We'll circle back on this one, see what you think.
Yeah, another one you have to get used to then is the beach ball. I don't know how prevalent the beach ball is around the minor league ranks and parks and all that, but any strong takes on a beach ball at a ball game?
I like a beach ball. I mean, you always get to see somebody ends up getting hit in the face.
That's the best part. Yep.
It's
I mean,
usually a
You
kid.
don't want to see somebody get hit, but
Bring it
I
down.
think my favorite on-field activity that they do, like like one of the fan interactions, is the inflatable balls where they have the two people inside of it and they go at each other. That's
rare.
that is hands down the greatest thing ever. Because they had it this year and there was like a 3 people like mash, and like the 2 of them went at one person and knocked them, and then they were head down and then feet just dangling over because they couldn't wiggle themselves over. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Man, embrace those minor league activities for as long as you can, because once they're gone, you're going to miss them. Because I always forget,
Yeah.
the minor leagues that get to do stuff like that. I'm like, that's actually
Well, in the
really
big
fun.
leagues, they got shit to sell. That's what it becomes. It's just somebody on the field yelling at you to go give somebody your phone number so you could participate in, I don't know, however they get your phone numbers these days. Anyways, that's me being old and grumpy. Most important question, we're bringing it back. It's been a while since we've asked anybody, so I'm happy to spring it back on you. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
See? You got the meat. It's between the bread. Just because you
You're
hold
going to
it
talk
that.
him out of it. You're going to talk him. You're going to think
Oh,
about
that's 100% right. A hot dog, the meat, and then the buns on top of it. It's a sandwich.
See, you could put tuna, and if you hold it this way, am I going to call it a tuna dog?
So
No,
since
maybe
the bun
that's
is still connected, doesn't that make it a pita?
All right, no, this is for a
getting a little
different
too
time
deep
right there. Ryan, we appreciate you, man. We hope you had a little bit of fun doing this. You got anything you want to say to Dodgers Nation before they very likely meet you here in 2022 at Dodger Stadium?
I'm just excited, for the big season that's upcoming, and go Dodgers.
That's it. That's all we need.
Welcome.
That's Ryan Pepiot. Ryan Pepiot, we appreciate you, man. Tell the people where to follow you on the internet, and definitely not at home.
Yeah, don't follow me at home. That's okay. rpepiot10 on Instagram and Ryan Pepiot 2 on Twitter.
Appreciate the time, bud.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it.